there, this is Jodie Langel and welcome to your belting warm-up. Grab a straw, any straw. Today I have a purple straw. And the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to siren on the straw. And you wanna think of the siren no louder than a 2 or a 3 out of 10. The reason that we siren is that it brings up a nice head voice, mixed voice quality. So we don't want to be too loud with the siren. You do the siren in your key, not my key, your key. Again, let's siren together. Good, and you want to think of the siren going, shooting through your head like a unicorn horn. Yes, your siren, awesome. Now you want to go from low to high, all through your range. Get a good breath. So I want you to breathe like you have an imaginary straw here. So watch me breathe. Good. Breathe right like that. Yes, but this is what you don't want to do, because that causes tension. So relax those shoulders, my belters. Relax those shoulders like this. Yes. Good. Now breathe in through an imaginary straw. So see, I have a straw here. When I take the straw out, look what happens to my mouth. Good. Now siren through that imaginary straw. Woo! We can take the straw out and now sound that siren out. Woo! Now your key. Good. Now we're ready to start our warm-up. We are going to hum 5 notes down on the straw. You are going to hum the weight of the siren no louder than that. I don't want to hear any loud humming. And I want to use that breathing that I just taught you through that imaginary straw. Now you keep going. Breathe. Good. Keep going. On that straw. 2 more. Feel those vibrations. Feel the vibrations. With belting, you want to feel. Feel it. You can close your eyes too. I'm right there with you. I'll join you for the last one. If you are feeling strain, this is what I want you to do right now, and I will do it with you. Let's siren together. And then go right into the hum. Now I did something wrong too. I bounced my head to make the sound. So siren and then do not bounce your head. We don't need to use our head to sing. We don't need to use our jaw to sing. So we're gonna work on all of those things right now as we go through this belting warm-up. How did you do? Okay, now everyone, take your straw and put it in front of you. The straw is gonna serve as a visual aid for us. So I wanna talk about 3 things that we need to think about when we're belting. Visual, visual. So I brought along something to help us with visual. This is a traffic light. I know it's small, but it fits the size of my face. A traffic light has what colors? Red, yellow, and green. So I want you to imagine your face like a stoplight. Red, yellow, and green. Now, we're going to narrow our lips. The reason we need to narrow our lips is because we walk around all day going, hey, how are you guys? Oh my God, it's so nice to see you. And our mouth starts to spread. But in singing, we do not want our mouth to spread. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna teach you a little exercise, a little hack that I've developed so that our mouth stays narrow. Everyone do this. And release. So your cheeks should actually be touching. Suck in your lips again. Good, release. And look at that straw, because that straw is gonna be your visual aid. And we're gonna do an ooh. Everyone, suck in that breath. Ooh. Now, a lot of times people do this, ooh, which is a pinched, nasty sound and is not gonna help us with belting. So what do? We go back to the siren. From there, you. Go. Nice and tall. Red, yellow, green. I'm gonna bring out the traffic light. Nice and tall. Are you taking your breath? Breathe. Traffic light. Ooh. Good, I'm gonna give you something else to think about. I want you to think about the sound coming up and over. Yellow, green. So we're gonna siren. How'd you do? You should feel nice and pingy. Okay, so now we're gonna drop our mouth and say ah, 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 ah. We're gonna go into the green space. Ah, 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 ah. Say ah like you're going to the doctor. This is what I always do before I warm up. If you want to know how much to drop your mouth, 3 fingers. 3 fingers. So I want you to take your 3 fingers, make sure they're clean, and put them in your mouth. Ah, 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 ah. Aha. Go ahead. What I love to do is massage the 2 sides right here. We hold so much tension in our mouth and our jaw. We hold so much tension. Give it a good massage. Good, good massage. Ah, ah. Okay, so I'm gonna take you through some staccato exercises, but first we have to breathe. Let's do a little breath exercise to warm up the breath. So the second thing that I say that singers need is breath. We can't do anything without breath. So let's activate that breath. Everyone put your hands on your diaphragm. We're gonna take a quick breath exercise. So we're gonna breathe in through this imaginary straw and exhale for 8, like a snake. Breathe in for 2, exhale for 8. Here we go, breathe in, exhale. I'm gonna count you now. Put your hands here, we're gonna breathe in for 2, exhale for 8. Here we go. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in for 2, 1, 2, exhale for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, one more time. Breathe in for 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, we're gonna go into our staccato ya exercise. So the exercise goes like this. Ya. So the last thing is physical. We need to use our bodies for belting. Idina Menzel doesn't sing Defying Gravity and stand there and go, So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. Right, she uses her body. So you need to use your body to belt. So we're going to use our hand. And we're going to drop our mouth into that ah space. So this is the exercise. Ah, 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 ya. The mouth has to be open and dropped. No wide mouths. So give me your 3-finger drop. Ya! Everyone say ya. Ya! Not ya. Ya! Red, yellow, green. Red, yellow, green. Here we go. Ya! Amazing. So another thing about high belting is that we just don't want to overwork the jaw. That's just a thing. Did you see in the ya-ya that we just didn't overwork the jaw? So now we're going to do a little jaw exercise. Say, nge, 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 nge. We just want to use the top part of our face, and we don't want to overuse the jaw. So we're just going to go, nge, 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 nge. This part of your face, you only want to be using this part of yourself. Say nga, 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 nga. Now keep going. Now you. Is where your tongue is. Your tongue should be against your 2 bottom teeth, right there. So that position is long, top part is up, bottom part is down. Awesome, how do you feel? I always end it with raising my ya-ya-ya. Of course, you were probably wondering, and I do raise my ya-ya-ya. So why don't we raise it together? Raise your ya-ya-ya-ya. Now make sure when you raise your ya-ya-ya, you don't raise it wide. Raise your ya-ya-ya-ya. So you see how I'm raising my ya-ya-ya with my tongue and not my jaw. Raise your ya-ya-ya-ya. Raise your ya-ya-ya-ya. Raise your ya-ya-ya-ya. Raise your ya-ya-ya-ya. Now you. Are you raising it with your hand? Key we're in, but that's now do you see how I raise my ya-ya-ya with my tongue? After every good belting warm-up, we always siren. When you siren, you're putting it into the red. That puts into a high mixing space, and you should be ready to go. Hi there, this is Jodie Langel, and today we're going to be doing a high voice, head voice warm-up. So you will need a straw. I again have a purple straw because it's my favorite color. What is your favorite color and what's your favorite straw? Grab that. So today we're going to talk about head voice. And what is head voice? what is mixed voice and what is belt voice, because I know that that can get so confusing, and I work with thousands and thousands of students who have the very same questions that you do, so let me answer those for you. Today we're going to talk about the word dude. So say dude. Say, hey dude. And we're going to talk about how to use that word with head voice, mixed voice, and belt voice, so you don't get confused and you can figure out the difference. So say, hey dude. So you see how that word is in the middle of your face? Hey dude. That is actually in your mixed voice because it's right here. So go ahead and put your fingers, you can put your straw down, put your fingers right here. These are your nasal resonators or your sinuses, and this is kind of where mixed voice lives. Mixed voice lives right here in the middle of your face, right here. Your nasal resonators live right there. Here, here, and here, and here. And we're going to talk about these a lot today. And your head voice, what is head voice? So go ahead and let's all yawn together. Before you yawn, your mouth drops and your larynx drops. Now say, hey dude, hey dude, That is the placement of what your head voice is. Now go, hey, hey, hey dog. That's belting. So belting, I describe as pressure. Pressure on the vocal cords. Hey! Go ahead, drop your mouth and say, hey! But keep your tongue against your teeth. And just go, hey! That is belting. Belting is a dropped, open mouth with pressure. Head voice, go ahead and yawn. That is head voice. That is head voice. And that's where we're going to start from today, okay? So those are the three voices. Mixed voice, fingers here. Head voice, hey dude. Mixed voice, hey dude. And belt voice, hey dad. But you see the mouth position is always narrow and always focused. So with that, grab your straw, everyone. And we're going to siren. Do you feel that? Siren. So the reason I love SOVT exercises, straw exercise, and sirens is you're always in a safe, safe, safe place because the cords vibrate. This acts like an air tunnel, so it does the work for you, and it allows the cords to resonate and vibrate. So that is how we're going to start our warm-up today. We're just going to siren. Good. We're just going to start with a little siren. Do you feel that space? Good. Now with that, I want you to drop your mouth into a it should be at like a 2 volume. And drop your mouth and say ah, 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 ah. Good. Now, you've ever seen the movie Home Alone? Yes, we've all seen the movie Home Alone. Everyone make a Home Alone face. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's how loud it was. On and off. If you're having trouble with this, siren on the straw. Then take the straw away, use it as a visual aid, and right from there, keep going. Are you breathing? So if you're not breathing, add breath. One more. If that was hard for you, go back to this note. Let me show you the mechanics behind it. You need to take a breath through an imaginary straw. Breathe. Keep going. One more. How'd you do? The key to finding your own high voice and your own soprano is play around with it. Even the placement of the dropped. The key is not to push. These should all be in this space, and the siren should not be louder than a 2 or a 3. If you're sirening like this, too much, you're muscling it. So take your straw, breathe, right from there. Let that head voice be free and be open, and it be yours, not mine, but yours. So now we're just gonna do a little bit of mixing, but we first have to train the lips. So we're gonna do this funny little lip. Take your lips and suck them in. One more time. And we're gonna activate the mix area. So we're gonna do be mindful that that tongue is right against the 2 bottom teeth. On and off the straw. The vowels are oo and e, and you don't want to be too loud and too spread. I'll join you now. Here is a tip. If it is too loud, make sure you return to the siren. The siren will always bring in that head voice and that mixed voice. Return to a siren. That leaves us to our last exercise. So this exercise goes back to my days on Broadway in Les Miserables when I played Cosette, and I had trouble hitting those high notes. So I had a wonderful classical teacher that I still remember to this day that always taught me this analogy and this way of thinking that I still remember to this day. So those of you who like cookies will love this analogy. So I want you to think about cookies going into a cookie sheet behind you. So if you think of high notes going behind you instead of up, it is really going to help you. So I want you to say we. But you don't want to spread your mouth. So suck in your lips and release. Suck in your lips and release. And think about cookies into a cookie sheet behind you. And we're gonna think, wee. And I really want you to use your hand because it's gonna help you think behind you and up. Sit up. of an ah space in the wee. Now once we cross this space, we're going above a B flat. Once we go above a B flat, the mouth spreads. This is the only time in the world I'm going to tell you to spread your mouth. Now we spread. Spread it. Now when you're going down, you have to narrow. One more. How'd you do? Well, I don't know about you, but I am pinging and ringing all over the place. My head is like, Hi there, it's Jodie Langel. Welcome back. Today, I'm doing a warm-up for men. So grab a straw, my favorite, any straw. I picked my favorite color, purple. And what I want you to do is put your fingers right here on your Adam's apple. Now, of course, I don't have an Adam's apple. You do, but put your fingers right here on your Adam's apple. And this is why I want you to do this, because you're gonna feel this space right here. Because I don't have one, I'm not gonna feel it, but you do, so you're gonna feel it. And what I want you to do is we're checking to make sure this does not move. We do not want this to move as we're doing this exercise. So if you're feeling this move, you're gonna put your fingers here so that we don't feel this move, because this is gonna create tension, and we're just gonna do an ooh. First thing we're gonna do though, is actually put your fingers here. We're just gonna go moo, 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 moo. Yes, we're gonna be cows today. Moo, we're just gonna open up that space. Moo, you do a moo in your range. I'm gonna do a moo in my range. Moo, 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 woo, open up that space. Moo, woo, and send it all the way up. Moo, moo, moo. Good job, now you moo. Moo. Good, now create that space with your finger. Good, now go ahead and put your fingers on your Adam's apple. I don't have one, so I'm gonna pretend. Now we're gonna say an ooh, ooh, ooh. Nice and easy, like a 2 out of 10. Do not push. Now you. We don't want to feel that push. Remember, it's down the octave in your range. If you like the moo, you can go back to the moo. If you want to be a cow, that's fine. Do not let that Adam's apple come out. One more. If you have a higher voice, you can do 2 more. If you're feeling that Adam's apple push, go back and start down 2 lower. No pushing. One more. Good job. A good warm-up always starts with a hum. So let's hum together. Hum. vibrations in your face. Yummy. You're feeling the vibrations. Awesome job. Now, we have to breathe. Breathing is imperative for every singer, and most singers get this wrong. So do you know where your diaphragm is? If you got the answer to this right, bravo! Our diaphragms are right here. So go ahead and feel where there's like a little divot. You feel that? Your diaphragm sits right above there. So we're gonna do a diaphragmatic exercise together. We're gonna breathe in through the mouth like you have a straw. So go ahead and breathe. Good, and then we're gonna exhale through the teeth like a snake. Good, men, breathe. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. One more time, breathe in. Exhale. Good. Now we're gonna work on blending the two registers. So falsetto, which men sing in, which is another term for head voice, falsetto. It's basically a man's way of interpreting a woman's head voice. We call it falsetto. So now we're gonna work on blending the registers and making our voice sound like one voice. So what do we use? Our friend, the straw. So grab your straw and start to vibrate. Put your straw in your mouth. Keep going. Just start to vibrate. You can also experiment by going. So you can take the straw and vibrate on and then off. One more. We don't want to push, so we don't want this. We don't want that. How'd you do? Remember, your register, not my register. So, good. How did you do? So now that we're all vibrating, I want to give you an image. I always talk about 3 things for singers. We need visual, we need breath, and we need physicality. So now we're gonna talk about visual. There it is! Ah! Here it is. We're imperfect here. This is our visual aid. It is a traffic light. A traffic light has red, yellow, and green. And that is what we need. Red, yellow, and green. So I want you to think of your face like a traffic light, okay? Red, yellow, and green. So what we're gonna do is, do you see how my mouth is narrow? We can't be like, it doesn't work like that. So ooh, say ooh, ooh, ooh. And we go back to our owl or our cow, whatever you want to think of. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Remember the beginning? We don't go ooh, ooh, we go ooh, ooh. What might help you is sucking in your lips like this. How well can you suck in your lips? Let's try it together. Good. Suck them in again. We have to be narrow. Narrow like the straw. So here's your visual aid. So if that doesn't work for you, what you can do is this. Now, if your voice sounds like this, it means that A, you're not getting enough breath, or B, your mouth is widening. So suck in your lips. Don't forget to take that breath we talked about. Right? But if this is happening, you need to lower your shoulders. Too high for you, you can start down here. Nice and tall. Amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned next week. I post every Saturday morning where I'll be singing your favorite songs from Mean Girls, Heathers, and Wicked. Subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. Raise your ya, ya, ya.